everyone. I'm Ashley Eckstein. Most of you may know me as the voice of Ahsoka Tano and also the founder of Her Universe. And this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, the extended version, a very special version, because today we're going to be talking about coming up this very weekend, the 15th and 16th of June. God, I'm sorry, Jake, I messed up the dates already. It's going to be taking place at Space Coast Comic-Con. Space Coast Comic-Con taking place at the Space Coast at the Wickham, let me get this right, not the Wickham, the Wickham Park Community Center. Is that correct, Jake?
Yes, sir. That's it. Wickham Park Community Center.
Yes, please get your tickets now. You can just go to spacecoastcomiccon.com or on their Facebook page. But there, right there is, if you are in talking about geekdom all over the place, from Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek, wrestling. We'll be talking about that, and we're going to be talking about some delicious culinary that's going to take place, because we're going to be having food trucks galore out there. I want to welcome Jake Estrada, who runs Space Coast Comic-Con and Space Coast Comics. And check them out over there. We're going to be talking later with the Hangman himself, actor and pro wrestler. And we're going to be talking to Jacqueline Amira. How you doing, Jack?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I play Quinn the Wicked on the upcoming horror series known as Arcadia. I'll give you the Clips Notes. I'm a bad girl. I'm very bad. Oh my gosh.
Do we have to put you in a corner somewhere at this point?
She's already in the corner.
Oh, no.
And for those of yes. And for those of you who are lucky enough to be watching this, I just want to show you something that I got, and we will be reviewing it. So I just want to let you know. We are going to be reviewing that, and you guys, if you haven't, it is now out on Big Finish at bigfinish.com. You can download it for just a small fee. Check it out, but it's Alex Kingston and the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. We're going to be checking that out as soon as we're done reviewing current show with Judy Gatwa and Millie Gibson. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring in our panel there. Welcome, Jake. Thank you so much. We're doing Space Coast. How many years have you done this?
So this is technically the 9th year of Space Coast Comic-Con. And this year's the 9th year, and the magazine itself has been going for 10 years, Space Coast Comics.
God, it's been so long, and I was just like, dude, I was like, we skipped a year for COVID, skipped a year for hurricane, but my God, this has been going on for 9 years. How does it feel to be almost, a decade old on this?
It's pretty surreal, to think about it, because after basically 10 years of doing this show, that, here I am, I still feel the same, even though I'm a decade older. And I got more grays than before.
And you're still 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm still 7 feet tall. Haven't melted yet. all the things I've gone through, and we're still here. Still doing the same thing.
That is awesome, dude. Going almost on a decade of this convention, and we're happy to be a part of it. And again, for those of you who may be just joining us up over here, Space Coast Comic-Con, get your tickets now. And they're really good. If you want to do something for the entire weekend, geek out with some friends for all your geeky needs, whether it be wrestling, it would be Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars, wherever your geekdom is, Disney. You can check us out this weekend, and we're going to have a booth out there with my friend Kat from Cosplay Orlando. So please get your tickets now, and I'll be putting out over there. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. 11,500 strong, all of you. Damn.
An army, man.
Now, while we're recording, we've had 2 new people show up.
Hector and Christian, there they are.
Hello.
There you go.
Hi,
Late. Well, no. We're going to be doing Jacqueline first because she was here, and then I'll get to the 2 of you in just a second there. Jacqueline, tell us a little bit of... Don't tell me. I'm not going to say that joke. Anyway, Jacqueline, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what you're doing out at Space Coast.
Well, me and Jake have a very interesting history because he cast me in his zombie movie last year.
Oh.
And I had to fight him. And I was laughing so hard as we were doing our punches and our kicks, and then he flipped me over. And like, I had no idea, I'll be honest, that Space Coast Comic Con was like a thing. I really didn't. And I was brought out last year to host, and it was an interesting experience because I had just started hosting shows in Comic Cons last year. I've also lost 135 pounds in the last 4 years. I've done fitness shows as well. I do magazine and cover magazine work on occasion. And then I got cast for the horror series towards the end of 2023. I am a dork. So normally with Comic Cons, you think of things like MegaCons, San Diego Comic Con, MetroCon, UltraCon down in Miami. I didn't know this was here. But I'm like, hey, this is on my home turf. I like this. I don't have to rent a hotel or nothing. I can go home.
One and done.
And exactly. And the role that I play on Arcadia, I said I'm bad. My character, she bad. People don't become bad on their own. They become bad from what they go through life, through experiences. And my character has gone through so much that there's no turning back. And she don't give a beep. I'm going to censor myself in case kids are listening. You're not going to learn to cuss from me. Learn from your parents like I did. But
wait, who just beeped us? I don't even have a beep crying out loud. Who beeped me?
I'm excited to like cause all sorts of chaos and mayhem. And my promos for the show are still on social media. They're on my Instagram account, and they've done quite well since they've been released.
Sweetness. Well, I hope you brought enough for everybody in this. So thank you so much, Jacqueline. And everybody here is going to be at Space Coast Comic Con again. This is going to be at the Wickham Community Center on June 15th through the 16th. And what I love about Space Coast Comic Con, Jake, is that it's not it's just Jacqueline said, it's not MegaCon, it's not one of these bigger cons. It's a little bit smaller, but I love it because it's more community geared. Because nowadays you go to these bigger cons and it's just like, I tell people, like, you know, MegaCon, how do you prepare? And I say, prepare it as if you're going to a theme park for about a week. I mean,
wear deodorant.
Yes, please wear deodorant. There's free. Wait. I need to address this, kids. There's free running water at your hotel, and I'm sure they're giving out soap. So please use it. And I'm sure there's a little convenience store in your lobby that has please put something on.
7-Eleven, Wawa, Cumberland Farms, they all have it.
I don't want it to smell like the moon of Endor when I'm walking through a convention, okay? So, I mean, I love all of our audiences out there, but for crying out loud, I've been to so many conventions right now. It's like, oh, this is Tampa Bay.
They all say the same thing.
They all say the same thing out there. Speaking of which, we are going to bring in Kristen Satterfield. How you doing there, love? Oh, you're muted. I think you're muted.
I'm unmuted.
You're unmuted. There you go.
Hello, welcome.
On my computer, of course. How are y'all?
Not
good.
Bad.
Yourself?
Not too bad.
All right, what's Jake doing for you? What do you think you do?
I met him through the Comic-Con chatbot when I discovered, like Jacqueline was talking about, that we had a Space Coast Comic-Con. And he invited me to join as one of the vendors since I write sci-fi dystopian. So definitely been part of this like culture for a while and loving all this stuff. So I'm really excited to actually go to like a local one instead of like you're talking about the giant one where you're shoulder to shoulder with 20 billion people and you don't know what's going on half the time.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I met Jake on eHarmony, so that's how I met Jake out there.
Really, I met him on Hinge.
Christian.
You don't bring me flowers anymore.
That's awesome.
Oh, we've gone off the rails.
I love it.
So we bring in Hector. How you doing there, my friend Hector? What you doing out there,
Hey.
Space Coast, brother?
I will be helping Jake host a lot of talent that's going to be there. Also directing those that are going to be looking for their tables and everything. So pretty much his enforcer, because he's a short guy, and gotta make
No,
sure everything sits
wait,
straight.
Jake, just
You're
for the
his
audience.
Gandalf to the Hobbit.
Yeah, exactly.
How tall are you, Jake? I just want people to know.
So for years, I used to tell people I was 6'9", but technically I'm closer to 7 foot tall.
Could you stand up just for a second? Can you just take a stand?
If I stand up, all you're going to see is my knees. You sure?
That's what we want. Yeah. Hey, that's the picture. Oh God,
I can just see him with the stick right now. You shall not pass.
Yes.
This year I'll be focusing a little bit.
Hector, so you're gonna be dealing with talent out there. What's up, Hector? Come on, tell us what's.
Yeah, so we're gonna make sure that we have the Q&As for everybody this time around to make sure we get a lot of attention on that, because there's gonna be so much talent, so many people coming around, a lot of actors, actresses locally and from afar coming through this time around. Make sure we promoting it, and if anybody has any issues or anything like that, look for myself, or if you guys can't find Jake, I'm the other over 6'4" guy that's gonna be there. We're pretty tall guys. I was also in the first Bocas when he put that out. I met Jake about 5.5 years ago. I still have a lot of stuff for Space Coast Comic Con. I love,
that's so cool.
Cute.
Keep it on my side. I am a content creator myself. Usually live on Twitch gaming, or I do a lot of game reviews, do a lot of food reviews as well. On my channels.
Where can people find you, Hector?
You guys can just Google Rican Rod TV. It's common spelling, RICANROD TV. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was gonna be like that. But right. I will definitely appreciate you guys being there, and it's gonna be great to see everybody. The Hangman, I can't wait to see you, man. Speaking of tall people, that's another tall guy right there.
Speaking of which, let's go ahead.
Excited to see you, Christian, Kristen, and Jacqueline as well.
Nice to meet
Jacqueline's always so helpful. Every time last Space Coast Comic Con, he was very big on the Q&As, and I loved it. So we're gonna make sure we push that again and get people known out here.
Gotcha. Speaking of which, Jake, I want you to bring on the Hangman. We saved the best for last. Mr. Hangman, how you doing there? Welcome to the show, my friend.
It's good to see you guys. Whoa. Here I am. And this is a podcast. I'm out in the woods. It's almost like we were doing the movie Bocas. We're out in Palm Bay in the compound. We're way out in the woods here, Jake.
Oh.
Jake, you got some questions for Mr. Hangman? Well, you got to unmute your mic still. Yeah, I can't do it for you, Jake. There you go.
Muted myself, I've been running around having all this background noise myself. So anyway, Bruce, my great friend right there, he's a great talent. He's been in multiple different movies over the years. And I met him on the set of Bocas, the original Bocas, out in a compound, like you just said. And he's been doing a lot of stuff, and he's a great supporter of the arts. And on top of that, he's a former professional wrestler. And I like Bruce to talk a little bit about his credentials. Tell us what you've done, Bruce.
Tell us what you've done, Bruce. Yeah.
Well, I started wrestling back in 1974 up in Chicago. And my first movie was filmed in 1974-75 with the great actor Kirk Douglas, called The Fury. Then I met a new actor who called me up, and he asked me to be in my second movie called The Blues Brothers. And that guy was John Belushi. So I've made lots of movies, about 54 movies, multiple TV series. My wife and I, we do bit parts, we do co-stars, starring roles, whatever it takes.
Go ahead, Jake.
Do you hear me now? I know.
Yeah. Oh, it's much better. Yeah, it was a little muffled.
Okay, yeah. So, like Bruce said, he's done a lot of different stuff. He's been in a lot of different movies. He's been in the SpongeBob movie. He was going up against Antonio Banderas' character for a short clip, and he's been in Undisputed. He's acted with actors like Michael Rooker and a bunch of other stuff. And I've learned a lot of stuff from him, talking with him, picking up some cues and stuff like that. He's a really a talented individual, talented actor. And I have utmost respect. And he's going to be coming out. He's going to be coming up dressed as Santa, giving out some ducks and stuff like that to the kids. So, and he's also, man, I lost my train of thought, but he's also going to be, like I said, he's coming out as Santa, and he's been a big contributor to the calls here in Brevard. And people, when you see him, make sure you say, "What's up, Hangman?" Because you never know. He might come up and he might put you in a headlock.
Now I got a question for you, Mr. Hangman. Where did the name come?
I got the name from Dick the Bruiser. He gave me my name in 1974. There was like Hangman Bobby Jaggers, Hangman Johnny Starr, he told me. But my name on the radio in Chicago is PJ the DJ. He says there's no Hangman PJ the DJ. So no, I want you to be this mean, evil guy. And I'm going to put a mask on you to begin with. Because in Chicago, you had to be 21 to work the nightclubs. And I'm only 17 now. So he put a black mask on me. At that time, I had a golden, hot, sexy chocolate voice like Barry White. My father was black. My mother was Native American. So I got her skin, and I had his voice. Now, I lost my voice in 88 due to a stroke. My speech therapist came from New Jersey, so now I have her accent. So I carried that name of the Hangman. I proudly carry it since 1974.
Oh, you hear that? So you got a New Jersey accent, guys.
I can tell. He's got a Santa accent out there. Well, thank you, Hangman. Thank you for joining us today out here. Now, let's go ahead and let me bring everybody up on this one because we're going to be talking about everything that's going to be going on at the convention. Starting with, talk to us, Jake, about these guys. You got to unmute your mic, Jake. This is not your first rodeo on a podcast.
It's actually doing it itself now. I haven't even.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it's causing that now. It's like a weird glitch on my end. But yeah, we have Atomic Legacy Wrestling coming up at the show. I've been friends with the guys there for years. We also had Jerry Swirls. He popped up. He had a scene in Bocas 2 sequel. And then I've talked to plenty of the different wrestlers. So we're going to have a wrestling ring out there. And that's a separate admission for that. So we're going to have wrestling towards the end of the day on day one, and then that's going to be an hour long. And then on day two, which is Sunday, it's going to be a 2-hour event. And there's VIP seating for that, and then there's standing room for that. And then you can also meet the wrestlers and everything like that before they get into the wrestling ring, because they're going to also be in the main room. And it's going to be exciting. They come out here because these are a bunch of local guys. They do a lot of wrestling here locally in Brevard County. They've recently moved out to Orlando to get bigger crowds and everything like that. But they started right here in Brevard County, the Space Coast.
Now, I'm just going to cut right here because we've been saying this word a lot. So I'm going to let you answer this question. Jake, what is Bocas?
Bocas means mouse, right? So in Spanish. So people think about that, But technically, Bocas is just the guy's name. It's kind of like a last name that he got. The backstory for Bocas was, since he's been alive a long time, he adapted that and made it into his name. And originally it was a last name, but for him, more or less, that also is a double-edged sword in the comic book world for the story. Kind of like if you go by biblical terms, your tongue is a kindleth. You can speak life or death as a curse. So you use your mouth to make a curse. Kind of like, I'm sick. And you may not be sick, but you end up being sick. Kind of like a self-prophecy that you create. You spread a curse to yourself. You do your little hocus pocus, Bocas. So, more or less. And then being Puerto Rican, Hector can attest to that. We have El Cuco, kind of like the boogeyman that can come and get you. Bocas, the boogeyman. kind of thing. So I brought in all that type of stuff from the Catholic religion to my Puerto Ricanness and made a crazy comic book character.
Is that a word? Puerto Ricanness?
Yeah,
it is now.
It is now. Since Jake said it.
Jacqueline,
I want
you're
that as
muted,
a hashtag and put on the back of a shirt with a scannable code. And speaking of which, if you're not familiar with Bocus, yeah, Jake was talking about it. It's a character. You can actually purchase the movie. I think you're having it over at Space Coast, right? You're going to be selling.
Yeah, I'm going to have copies of Bocus there.
Okay.
And I'm going to have that. But also, at the same time, this year is the 10th year anniversary of Space Coast Comics, which started before the convention, which 10 years of this. This is what started it all, guys, here in Brevard County, right here, the Space Coast Comics, where I originally published that 10 years ago, June 15th, believe it or not. 10 years ago, I released the first issue of that magazine, that comic book, which was a free comic book magazine that I distributed out through Brevard County. I was getting advertisers for it, and I was publishing it in. I was printing it, putting it everywhere. And, anywhere you went, it was like if you went to Firehouse Subs, it was there, or downtown coffee shop or anything like that. And I was just hoofing it. And eventually I met up with David Grace, and then him and I got talking because he wanted to launch Space Coast Comic Con. I'm like, well, dude, I make this comic magazine, I'll advertise for you, and the rest is history. That's how I got into doing conventions with him. And
it's all your fault. Yep, everything's your fault.
It was kind of like a domino effect, and we just kept on going. And here we are now. Hopefully David comes up, but I've been harassing him. I'm like, I don't care. You got a barnuminium up in Arkansas. You need to come here, be here with me, or I'm going to slap you with a codfish, crush your face, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, what?
Unmute your mics. I want to hear you guys laughing because we're gonna be going down the line, showing you. You can go to Space Coast Comic Con over on the Facebook page or spacecoastcomiccon.com. Purchase the tickets out there, and the Facebook page will get you the link. But real fast, let me go ahead and go down the link of. Wait, let me get out of here. There we go.
Yeah, that's just some of the people that are coming. Not everybody. I don't know. Kristen got kind of lazy.
Me and Hector are going to stay in between things. So
yeah. We'll stay in the middle.
Yeah, right there we got the Savior and Pollock coming out, which was also in Bocas too, and that's also a supernatural car.
Yep.
It's a fan car.
Beauty. Oh, she's a beauty.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. And we got. I've never heard of this person. E.S. Barrison.
Yeah, she's come out before. This is her second time coming out to Space Coast Comic Con. She came out, and not last year, but the year before, when we had Space Coast Comic Con out in Vieira.
And Kristen and Jacqueline, is this your first time at Space Coast, or you've been there before? How many times?
This is Jacqueline's second year coming out because she helped MC and do the Q&A. She did a great job doing that, helping the cosplay contest, and she was around. And that's why, and her and I, we get along great. She's a great talented actress, talented host and everything like that. So, of course, we had to bring her back, And then,
yeah, exactly.
And then, like, Kristen, this is her first year here coming out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
She's a newbie.
To meet her
I'm a newbie to Space Coast Comic Con. Done others, but never here. So.
Oh God, never mind. I'm not gonna
Kristen, don't corrupt the new talent.
It's Kristen's first and last year, thanks to me, Christian.
There you go.
There you go. Also we got Hamyar belts.
Yeah, they're the custom pro wrestling belts. Yeah, they're awesome as well. They're gonna be out there. Did a little research on them as well.
And we got some people over here.
Yeah, right here. There's quite a few artists. They're actually contributing to the 10th year anniversary issue, which is going to be for sale at Space Coast Comic Con. They provided covers. Like Dominic did a cover, which is the main cover. We can see a little preview in the black and white right there in the middle, where it says 10 year anniversary issue. He provided the cover with Bocas versus the Demon in a Spacesuit. And then we got Tom Ryan, who's also a comic artist, but he's also a writer for Fangoria magazine, I believe. He writes articles in there, and then he also does films too. And then we got Emily Rosette, who is an awesome upcoming young artist who's been published through a lot of different recent, like Mad Cave Comics and a bunch of different comic publishers. And then we got Tom Riley, who does, he does his art as well. And then we got Anthony Fella. If you don't know him, he's Fat Man Comics. His comics are like they're homemade, and he staples them together. But people love him. You know, he's a home name here in the Space Coast. He's been doing that for about 12 years now.
Also, he's also a veteran as well, Army veteran.
Yes, he served the country. You know,
speaking of which, guys, I want to show you a magic trick. You were talking about Anthony down there in the bottom right-hand corner, right? I'm going to show you a magic trick because I can actually make him disappear. Well, hopefully he'll come up in just a few moments, but he was just backstage out there, and he just ruined my magic trick. So anyway, let's keep going there, Jake.
Yeah, so then we got the Devon Dudley coming out. You know,
Devon Dudley, yes.
Yeah, you know, he's a WWE Hall of Famer. You know, he's pretty big. You know, he's well known and really nice guy. I've spoken with him on the phone. I've spoken with his wife. I'm excited for them to come out. You know, come out and hang with us for the next 2 days, next weekend. You know, it's going to be a great time, and people are excited because you know. He's never come to the Space Coast ever. So, you know, it's something like, you know, that's going to be a great time.
Gotcha. And who is this lovely gentleman right
that's
there?
Dan Roberts. You know, he's a local cosplayer, but I mean, he builds the stuff, and the stuff he builds is awesome that he makes and everything like that. He's a really talented guy. And then that's one of our comic book vendors.
Gotcha out there. And these guys right here.
Right there. Yeah, they're going to be coming out here with the Ren Fair. They're going to be doing their little business right there. They're going to be dressed up. If you're into Ren Fair, right there, you're going to have a little dose of that right there. They're going to be outside. You know, they're going to be building their walls and their tents and stuff like that, and they're going to be doing some jousting. They told me, and some other stuff. Hopefully, the weather holds up. You know, but I've been looking at the weather forecast, and that drives me crazy. But you know, we live in Florida. It could rain 1 minute, it could be sunny the next, and then the next one's raining again.
Yep.
Don't like the weather. Wait 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
A big thing on the Shire of Leicester, the Adrian Empire. They also usually go to the Ren Fair every year. I've taken a lot of photos of them as well, and then a couple interviews with them. They're amazing. They always bring the fun to the Ren Fair. So everybody's gonna have an awesome show with that. Watching them as well.
There's that. I'm looking at the picture on the right hand side, and remember that line from Blind Fury. He goes, "I also do circumcision." Hey, I need me one of those buttons now. If you every time, Jake, I love this. Every time I go to a convention, for the most part, and it's not a blame on them, but sometimes they don't even have food. We're loaded this year. We're loaded. So let me run down what you can get your appetite taken care of over here at Space Coast Comic-Con at the food truck rally at Space Coast Comic-Con out there. Let me go ahead and bring up we'll get your mouth watering on this smash pound burgers. And if you want to elaborate on any of these guys, let me know there, Jake. We got a pinch of Rodriguez food truck. Not
mine, I promise y'all. But I'm down to taste their food.
We're just gonna have Hector cooking something out there. Taco Maniacs. That's cool. Fresh wings. Sorry, I'm a little slow on this. Trey's Ice. Holy smokes! Now, what is this?
Those are like Italian ices. Oh, those are so good. Yeah, kind of like that, but his own style. They're really good.
We have more ices going on over there. There you go. And Southbound and Down.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, they have some like southern foods.
And Sweet and Treats more. By the way, I have a magic trick that I like to perform. Speaking of Fat Man Comics, there he is.
I pulled the disappearing act last time.
I know. I had you all lit up. Speaking of Tony, boop, you disappeared.
You had the perfect segue.
I did.
Howdy, everyone.
Tony, talk to us. What you doing at Space Coast? And tell us a little bit about Fat Man Comics.
Aside from technical difficulties for the pre-show boost in it,
there you go.
Well, I'll have the Fat Man Comics booth back, of course. Swing by there for free chocolate and the world's okayest comic books. I'm Tony of Fat Man Comics. Look me up on Facebook. I'm all over the place. Additionally, I'm co-hosting with Mr. PC's Photography and Computers. We are co-hosting the official after party, the Spacey Shindig. That's going to be on Saturday night from 6 to 10. So definitely look for us there.
Anthony.
Please tell me you can hear me.
Yeah.
Anthony, you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Tell everybody how we met.
Oh no!
The full uncensored version, or how blue can this get?
Tell them about the Winkies.
So we're going back maybe a
Keep
decade
it
now.
PG-13, kids. Okay,
Okay.
I got to deal with the Facebook people too. I got Facebook
Get the beeps
and I got
ready.
YouTube to worry about. Yeah, exactly.
Got me. I got the bleep button ready.
Perfect. So we're going back maybe a decade, and I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, but how long is the story?
No, give them the short version of it.
Go ahead.
2012. Yeah, 2012. I'm going back about a decade, and maybe shortly after Fat Man 1 comes out, and I'm pushing it on Facebook, and I'm hustling, and I'm running all over. Rick from Famous Faces and Funnies has it on his shelf. He's awesome, and I'm trying to spread my name and get my word out there. Then I get somebody messaging me out of nowhere. It's like, hey, I'm Jake. I'm new to the area. I make a comic book magazine that we talk about comics, and we have little comic strips, and I'd like to do an interview with you, winky face. And I was like, oh, that's a weird way to talk to another man, but hi, I'm Tony. I make comic books. He's like, oh, smiley. Well,
Jake
I would like to meet you. Oh, it was interesting. And so he's sending me all these emojis, and I'm like, okay, this guy might be hitting on me. Whatever. I got, I'm here to sell my comic books, and I'm just gonna be a loving and welcoming person, no matter who is interested in giving me, their attention and money for comics and stuff. And he's like, I'd like to interview you. I'm like, okay, I can live with this. He's like, meet me at the convention. What was it? Was it Melbourne Toy and Comic Con, Jake? Which con was it that I met you at?
It was Nerdfest.
Oh.
Nerdfest.
Oh, we don't speak of the nerd.
Yeah, that shows you how long ago it was.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, all right, I'll swing over to that con and meet this Jake guy, introduce myself, see if he's interested in interviewing me for his new magazine. Worst comes to worst, some guy flirts with me, whatever. I lived in San Francisco for a year. I'm, nothing I can't handle. Because all his messages still have these winky faces and smileys. And
not that there's anything wrong with this. Not that there's anything wrong with this. Okay.
No,
in the
I've
military,
got an
we say don't ask, don't tell.
Do what
right?
you got to do. It's just not my particular taste, you see. But I'm not going to shame somebody for living their life their way. So I walk in. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Anyway.
Let's see how this goes. And then I walk up to the Space Coast Comic Con booth, and all of a sudden this hulking man is like, hey, I'm Jake. And I'm just looking up at him like, hi, I'm Tony. And I'm like, oh, man. He's like, this is my wife, Beth, and these are my kids. And, oh, man, it's so nice to meet you. And I was like, oh, okay. You just don't understand emojis and flirting. All right, sweet. Hi, I'm Tony. You were interested in interviewing me? And so that started a friendship that's been going strong for years and years now.
Don't look at me. I'm gonna.
Thank you for sharing the story, dude. He tells the best way ever.
Happy Pride
Where
Month.
do I go from here? Anyway, nice. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling. No, I'm the host. Welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Just in case you want to join us, please. It will be, if you're watching this, it should be the week of this week coming up, and June 15th to 16th over at the Wickham Community Center. And you can buy your tickets over at Space. Wow, I'm just stumbling today. I just got off work. SpaceCoastComicCon.com, or you can go on the Facebook page, and I'm sure Jake's got a link to it. Everything you've seen over here, we're going to be is going to be a part of this show. Those food trucks, all the talent, all the talented people that you see right here, everybody here, and all because of this man.
We know it's Father's Day weekend. Jake's a dad, so nerddom is something that is passed down through different generations. What better way to celebrate Father's Day than to bring your family out and enjoy the fandoms that you love? Come and hang out with us. It'll be a good time, I promise.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
about
Also, if you guys come out on Father's Day, there is a sale that Jake's got going on. So if you guys
Ooh.
want to treat your dads out there as a family, it's $15 for the group. So come on out.
Aw.
Love
Oh,
that.
that's it. Only $15 for your family. You got a dad.
Yeah. You know,
Bring 'em.
your dad.
That's not
you
bad
come
at
out,
all.
$15. You know, you, wife, and your 2 kids. Boom. Father's Day.
Now wait a minute. Don't go stealing somebody else's kid just to get the discount. Let me make that clear.
You look
We save
nothing
money
like
A lot of
you.
dads, I can see a lot of phony dads coming in. Hey, I'm a dad too, and they come in with a cat, and they come in with their mouths. And
I'm just borrowing your kid for a minute. Let me get in the door.
The kid looks like the UPS man. Anyway, back on track again. Space Coast Comic Con is this weekend, June 15th to the 16th. Please get your tickets out now. Look at all these talented people that are going to be out there. And because we're part of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, thank you all. 11,500 of you on our YouTube channel, 73,000 of you on our Facebook page. And I lost count because you guys are just insanely crazy joining us. And please, I'm going to give you a hint again. If you stick with us after the Shooty Gatwa series for its first season of reviews, this will be our first Big Finish review. I am so happy we got this. This is the Big Finish Audio Starcrossed. There we go. And it features Alex Kingston as River Song. And yeah, that's the Ninth Doctor. Both of them are on these CDs. So the Ninth Doctor meets River Song. That's all you got. That's totally worth it. I got the CDs purchased. You can get this at bigfinish.com. No, we're not commissioning or anything like that. We're just going to be reviewing that, and you should check it out for yourselves. Also, speaking of great conventions, we're going to be at our first time at Ancient City Con.
Ooh.
This is going to be September 13th through the 15th. DALEKHAL will be with us at that convention. This is taking place at the World Golf Village, the Renaissance Resort in St. Augustine, Florida. This is our first time coming out there, and we're going to be providing a Dalek, and we're just going to have some great time. So all of you in St. Augustine who've never seen us or wanted to see us and just hadn't had a chance, we're giving you the chance now. September 13th through the 15th. Get your tickets now at ancientcitycon.com. Wow, let's say that 15 times, twice drunk. Anyway, if anybody has any last words, I'm going to give everybody the last word so that everybody gets a chance to tell us where people can find you. I'm going to start with the best man here. I'm going to bring in the Hangman. Hangman, where can people find you on social media?
Okay, my screen here, I think it's going blank. So on Facebook, type in the name Bruce, Bruce, last name, P as in Peter, O as in Oscar, B as in boy, A as in apple, N as in Nancy, and Z as in zebra. That's Bruce Pobance.
Cool.
And that.
Gotcha, Bruce. Well, thank you for coming up on this. Thank you. Thank you for joining us out over there. Jacqueline, where can people find you?
The easiest way to find me is through Instagram. Show up at my house. I got weapons under the bed. I'm ready. Try something.
okay.
We gotta say that, or else people are coming like, "Hey, Jacqueline, yeah, Christian told us to come over."
Yeah,
I'll never hear that.
She's Puerto Rican.
The best place to find me. The best place to find me would be on Instagram at Jacqueline Amir, all lowercase letters, all together.
Hector, again, where can people find you, my friend?
Hey, I was able to fix it. Okay, so if you guys want to play, if you guys are big gamers or anything like that, I'm usually streaming from Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time on twitch.tv/ReekandRodTV. Also, you guys can find me on my social medias. We do a lot. I'm always open for acting stuff and local MCing stuff. Also, I also teach salsa and bachata downtown Melbourne, Florida on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. as well.
Tony, where can people find you, my friend?
You can find me at facebook.com/BatmanComics.
Gotcha there. And Kristen, where can people find you?
Y'all can find me on Insta or Facebook at Kristen Writes Fiction, or you can explore the world of Shadow Wars at KristenSatterfield.com.
Sweetness. Jake, you know the man. I'm going to be letting you have the last word on this. Sell it to my friends out there about Space Coast Comic Con. Here it is, Bocas. Make it good.
Hey guys, Jake Estrada here, and I'm telling you, you need to come to Space Coast Comic Con because we're going to have wrestling, we're going to have food trucks, we're going to have Rick and Rob, we're going to have Fat Man Comics. If you don't come, Fat Man Comics is going to tell you that story again about me winking at them. So you better come down, you better chill out and have some great times, guys. Space Coast Comic Con needs you because we don't need no more me winking at you. So,
wink, wink.
I'm winking at Tony.
I'm winking at Tony too all day. He bribes us with chocolate every time.
Exactly.
I love it now.
Don't forget to join us over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheLegend, the Traveling TARDIS. 11,000 of you. Thank you so much. And growing. It's like crazy. And our Facebook page, facebook.com, the Traveling TARDIS. Thank you so much for joining us. And all these people, you're going to be seeing them this weekend, June 15th, 16th at the Wickham Community Center in the Space Coast, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to subscribe down there at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS there. And without further ado, I'm still getting used to my buttons. Well, they've been doing the reviews without me, and I'm just like, I can't find the buttons. I can't find the buttons. So without further ado, everybody take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Become part of the legend. Tony, take us out.
Yo. Peace out, gang. See you this weekend.